Pull over.
What's up, family? Here's a story about a man who was in the passenger seat of a vehicle that was pulled over by the police. In the driver's seat was his wife. The police officer can be heard repeatedly, and I do mean repeatedly, asking to see the driver's license. The passenger says, "Look, man, we ain't got to show you nothing. Having a driver's license is a privilege. Get away from my car." Of course, the officer refuses to move away from the car. So, to get him to leave, the man breaks out in prayer. Tells the Father to make this demon get away from our vehicle. And he also says we follow God's law, not man's law. I want y'all to check this video out. Make sure you stick around for what I got to say after this video ends. Leave your comments and I'll come back with mine.
I need to see.
You don't need to see anything. I'm a traveler, not a driver.
I understand you're not a traveler, but I'm talking to the female driver.
She's a traveler too. She doesn't need any identification.
But I need her license.
You don't. Driver's license is if the state converts a liberty into a privilege, the citizen can engage with the right with impunity. Driver's license is a privilege.
Okay, I still need to see the driver.
No, you don't.
I go drug traffic infraction.
No, you don't. Is it any crime? You just said you took an oath to the Constitution, and yet you're pulling us over, and we don't have a crime. You don't have a corpus delicti. You don't say when we robbed anybody, we didn't kill anybody. So you're out of your jurisdiction, and you're finna lose your job. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You took an oath to the Constitution, sir. You're pulling us over without a crime.
No, there's an infraction.
There's not a crime. Infraction is not a crime. An infraction is not a crime. You just said you took an oath to the Constitution.
Okay.
Okay. There's nowhere in the Constitution where it says none of these legislations or regulations that you're saying is in the Constitution.
I still need to see a driver.
No, you don't, because I'm not a driver. I'm not a driver.
You have an ID.
I don't need an ID. I'm a traveler. We are a traveler. We're travelers. We don't need identification. All right. You want to keep? That's another second. We're going to sue this whole state. You're finna lose your job, sir. We know our rights. We know you're finna lose your job. No, you're finna lose your job. You're finna lose your job.
Does anybody have any forms of identification at all?
Identification is for a driver, not a traveler. We're travelers. Freemen traveling free on the land and in the land.
Okay.
Call your supervisor up here. Read that paper. You already took the paper. You took the paper already. So you know that you're in the wrong because it has it all on the paper right there. Read it. Read it. Tell him to what you read on the paper is true because we're not drivers, we're travelers. You just said your whole job, your whole entirety of your whole being is on the Constitution. But you're not upholding the Constitution, but you're saying you're upholding the Constitution. Yeah, call him over here and read that paper too. Because you all in the wrong right now. It's no crime.
Well, like I said, I've observed traffic infractions.
It's no crime. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. Did we steal anything? Did we kill anybody? Did we rob anybody or did we kill anybody? Did we rob? No, answer the question. It's on video. Answer the question. Did we rob or kill anyone? Did we rob or kill anyone? Did we rob or kill anyone? Did we rob or kill anyone, sir? Did we? Did we or did we not? You're on camera right now. We're going to sue this whole state. You're finna lose your job.
Okay.
Lie.
Sir, I'm trying to be patient with you.
It's no patience. You don't need to be pulling us over. We're not drivers.
Like I said, I observe traffic infractions.
It's no.
And all I want to do is confirm whether you have a valid driver's
Speeding,
license or not.
driving without a license, wrong plates or no plates, no registration, no tags have been held as non-arrestable offenses. I can give you the codes too if you want them. I do not consent to anything you're saying. I don't even know who you are. You don't have 3 points identification. You don't even have your name tag on. You don't have 3 points identification. You could be trying to kidnap us right now because you're harassing us right now. We're free beings. We're travelers, and you're harassing us right now. You're not upholding your job. You are not upholding the Constitution right now. You don't have no corpus delicti, sir. You can tell your officer that because pray, because he's not going to understand what we're saying. Father, we're praying to you right now. Close it. Almighty in heaven, we're coming to you right now to get this demon to flee from our car right now. Get him, Father. Get him, Father, right now at this very moment. Please get us out of this situation right now. He know he's doing everything illegal. He know he's doing stuff illegal, Father. Get him out of our car right now. Get away from our car right now, Father. Right now, Father, get him out of our car and mother on earth. In the name we bind these demons that's becoming out of our car right now, and we ask them to flee right now at this very moment. Protect your children right now. We're not doing anything wrong, Father. Please get him away from my car at this very moment, Father. Please get him away from my car. Please get him away from my car right now. Please get him away from my car. Father, please don't let them shoot us. Please don't let them shoot us. Please don't let them shoot us, Father, please. Oh, forgive me for my sins, Father. Forgive me for my transgressions. Forgive me for my ways. I do not consent. I do not consent to anything. I do not consent to anything. I do not consent to anything. I do not consent to anything.
We do not consent. 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 We do not consent to anything. 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 You guys are talking. We do not consent to anything. We do not consent to anything. We do not consent to anything.
Okay, here's the deal. I don't know what the police pulled them over for. Dude said that they didn't do anything wrong. Considering the history of policing in America, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Having said that, the policeman who was on the scene first was very, very, very patient. As dude goes on, the more he goes on, the more he sounds very pitiful to me. Starts to make me disgusted. In the beginning, I was like, stand up, dude. Yeah, that's how you feel, man. Let them know how you feel. But as the video progressed, he still, Father, get this demon away. Get the demon away. Get the demon away. Father, 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 Father. If my name was Father, I'd be, man, shut your ass up. I'm busy. I ain't coming. Whatever it is. I gave you the power already invested in me to do what you got to do to get the police off of you. This shit ain't working, man. So all that extra praying. I understand the philosophy, the theory behind fighting on your knees. Sometimes you got to fight on your feet standing up. Now, dude get toward the end of the video, after all that praying, they still bust the window, draw down on him with an automatic weapon. And what does he do? He don't just merely comply or fight back or anything. And I'm not advocating that he should have fought back, because you know how that would have ended. But I'm just saying, with all of that praying, with all of that grandstanding and standing on your two, at the end of the day, he ends up screaming like a little girl. Screaming. Ah! Father! Ah! Ah! Forgive me for my transgressions. Forgive me for my sins. Father! Ah! Ah! I had to play the video back because I thought it was his girl screaming. It was him. I'm not buying it, man. Let me tell you something, man. There's only so much God can do. God got shit to do, man. There's only so much he can do for you. You got work to do. He already told you what to do. He already let you know what you got to do to get these police off of you, but you don't want to do it. You keep on praying. Keep on telling God to do it. God already invested in you the intelligence, the power to do what you got to do to get them off of you, but you don't want to do that. Now, I was very interested in knowing what God had to say about this. So I called a good friend of mine, Bishop Hopes. And I said, man, what does the Bible say? He read to me Romans 13 in the Living Bible. It says, obey the government, for God is the one who has put it there. There is no government anywhere that God has not placed in power. So those who refuse to obey the laws of the land are refusing to obey God, and punishment will follow. For the policeman does not frighten people who are doing right, but those doing evil will always fear him. So if you don't want to be afraid, keep the laws, and you will get along well. The policeman is sent by God to help you. But if you are doing something wrong, of course you should be afraid, for he will have to punish you. He is sent by God for that very purpose. Obey the laws, then, for two reasons. First, to keep from being punished. And second, just because you know you should. Let me tell you something. I heard everything he said. And I realized once again, this shit ain't meant for black people. Listen to the words. Obey the government, for God put it there. You really think God put Donald Trump in office? Man, you gotta be dumber than a bag of rocks. They said, so those who refuse to obey the laws of the land are refusing to obey God, and punishment will follow. We got the punishment will follow thing. Here's the one that threw me off. This let me know that's all bullshit. For the policeman does not frighten people who are doing right, but those doing evil will always fear him. The policeman does not frighten people who are doing right. If you white, you don't fear the police. Because the police are, for the most part, for white people. Now, of course, there's very few people, you know, there's a small number of people that fear them. They know what they're capable of. They might have an off night, decide to off somebody white. We got that. But for the most part, white people don't fear the police when they're not doing anything wrong. But if you black, you can get it on any given day. Even if you're a damn saint, if God sent you down here himself, you can get killed by the police. Unarmed, of course. But if you are doing something wrong, of course you should be afraid. Yeah, right. Say, man, this is the part that I agree with right here. Obey the laws, then for two reasons. First, to keep from being punished, and second, just because you know you should. I agree with the first one, to keep from being punished. The second one, just because you know you should, is BS. That's BS. A lot of these laws we follow only because it's the law of the land and we don't want to be punished for them. But having said that, when you're right and you know you're right and your convictions say this is what it is and I just don't give a damn, then you do what you got to do. In this situation, if you're going to stand up to the police, you need to stand up all the way. You don't stand up and then squat. You don't do that. Dude stood up at the urinal and then he decided, you know what? I better turn around and drop my drawers and sit on this toilet and pee. If the police stop you walking or driving and they ask you for your identification, show them the damn card so that you can go on about your business. When you're dealing with these folks, your job is to get them out of your face as soon as possible. Some of them don't have the patience that one cop had, the cop that was on the scene initially. They don't have that patience. And you can very well end up dead if you come across the wrong one. After all of that, they still broke the window out. They still pointed guns in their faces. They still drugged them out of their car into a jail cell. Now they got to pay for lawyers. They got to pay for bonds. And then they got the embarrassment. And let me tell you something. If they would have got downed right there in that car, if that cop would have popped them up, nobody would have went to jail. If you have a grievance with the police, do not try the case in the streets. Take it up with your lawyer. This dude almost got he and his wife killed. Show him the damn ID.